Good morning, afternoon, evening, and night to all. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the 13th ATSCast. This is your neighborhood dude, Jude, your host, and with me is, as usual, the rest of the ATS Heartbeat. So, Abid,
What's up? You already know. Unlucky 13. It's Spooktober. Gang gang.
Oh my god.
it is October. Wow, yeah, damn, that's a good correlation. Jason,
Yeah. What's up, guys?
what's uh, as Abid alluded to, it's the first week of October, and that means that many of us should be back to normalities in our lives. We talked about a bit of that last week. But traditional obligations with school and work have resumed. And some of us have already been doing that for the past few weeks. This can be
Gang
daunting,
gang.
right?
Gang gang. Gang gang. Gang gang.
Gang, gang.
Uh,
Down
I
to
feel
that.
like I feel like Abid has like a sad face in between that happy gang face when he's saying that. You know the meme of the clown with the mask on? Speaking of masks, it
I
is
am
October, so the
literally
first
a clown.
Dude, I don't need a Halloween costume because I'm already a clown. Ha.
Me and the homies a whole ass circus, bro. We dressed up and ready to go.
No wonder our costumes were really minimal back in high school.
Yo, who dressed up as a clown? Someone dressed up as a clown, dude. Never mind. I don't.
We're not gonna name drop you, but I do
Ah,
remember.
okay. I feel like I know who it is. But anyway.
Anyway, what nature we have? We don't need costumes for Halloween, but that's like what a few weeks from a few weeks from now on. So it's but yeah, considering the level of social isolation right now we experience, we just want to recall to a time when presumably such isolation was a positive thing. Like I think when regards to normal times, being in a beach, reading a magazine or two while sipping a mocktail, it's not the pinnacle. It's not only the pinnacle of leisure, but it's like your idea of relaxation. So with that, what's your favorite memory of a beach trip or getaway? You two.
Ooh, beach trip, man.
Yeah,
I
beach
have I
trip.
have one that comes to mind instantly, and that's the Maldives. But I was super young. Um,
Jeez.
I've been blessed enough to be able to visit the Maldives, and honestly, best beach on the planet Earth that I've been to so far. I haven't been to the Bahamas. Not rich enough for that. Although
That's a
Maldives is
heaty
pretty
bro.
expensive. Yeah, the Bahamas is kind of more expensive, bro. But the Maldives for sure. I think the water there is kind of insane. Like it's completely clear, so you can see everything that's well below the water because it's clear. So and yeah, I forgot the beach name. It was one of the islands, bro. It's hard. The other one would be. Ooh, this is tough too, man. Honestly, like okay, Bali kind of overrated, but also very nice at the same time. And I don't even remember which beach I was at, but the beach in Bali, bro. I don't remember the names, but here you are. Yeah.
Yeah. On a more solemn note, Abid, the water in Maldives is kind of insane in the fact that it is kind of engulfing the island
Yes,
as it
sir.
is,
You
right?
already know global
Uh,
warming.
global
It's
warming
it's
happening here.
totally a myth, bro. Totally a myth. Maldives starting to,
Sinking gang gang.
bro. Maldives really ceasing to exist, and people still saying global warming doesn't exist, bro. Fucking shit's
Honestly,
wild.
it's literally
Shit's
right in their
wild.
faces. Maybe if people who are denying climate change had it right in their face, as the Maldivians did, but it's not like that. But speaking of Bali, like it's an island, right? It's not presumably just one big beach. Um, yeah, so like there's so many things to do to not be in the popular tourist spot. I've never been to Bali, but I've read so much about it because of the fact I wanted to go there. Uh, I mean, in your case of it, you're from I don't know, you're from wherever, bro. You're from Canada right now, but you hail from Bangladesh.
I hail
um,
from Malaysia, bro. I don't. Kuala
mind
Lumpur is
talking
my
to us?
city. Yeah,
Mind
Kuala
talking
Lumpur my
to us?
city, bang. Can Oh man. Uh,
Malaysian beaches are, let's say, at best,
yeah,
just
Milo
there.
Milo
Nothing
water,
more
bro,
to
as
it.
we call it. Milo water, dude.
All right. do you have anything to say about Cox Bazar? What they
Okay,
call it?
yeah, okay. Cox is bizarre.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew what you were alluding to. I got you. I got you. Yeah, it's one of the. Is it? It's the longest beach in the world, right?
yeah,
Um,
longest contiguous. Yeah,
yes. It's not. It's alright.
something, at least something you could be proud of for
Oh
the
no
country
no,
that you
dude. There's
came
a
from.
lot of things I would flex about that country, and besides the Sundarbans or the mangrove forest that's in the south of Bangladesh, I would say it would be Cox's Bazar, and that's probably what everyone knows the country for.
Right.
Besides flooding
Other than the
and
two voodoo
labor
issues that
and all
I
that. But anyway,
guess.
anyway,
Yeah,
we
this is not a political
digress. We
podcast.
digress. Um,
Yes.
Cox's Bazaar. I mean, it's pretty nice. It was a lot nicer when I was a kid. I will say that. When I was a kid and I went for the first time, it was really clean and super nice and well kept. When I went when I was a little older. So here's the time frame. When I was a kid, meaning I was like 5 or 6, and then when I went after that, I was like 11. So in the 5 6 years, the quality kind of went down quite a bit. Not in the sense that the area went bad or anything. It's just pollution and people. It's just people
Right.
were littering everywhere and stuff like that, and like not taking care of the beach, which is a problem not only in Bangladesh. I feel like that's everywhere in the world with the beach. People just
Mm-hmm.
leave their shit and don't care.
The
Mm.
spoil of
Um,
tourism, bro.
yeah, right.
And
I
yeah.
mean, there's so many problems with that. Whether it's tourism, whether it's environmental talk, whether it's the whole ecosystem of the beach. You're affecting a lot, but it doesn't matter. Cox's Bazar is pretty nice. Nothing crazy to me because I didn't go the entire stretch, but for sure it is something that I'm proud of about that country. And I mean, it's the one unique thing I can be like, yo, we got the longest we got the longest beach, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we got the longest beach. What you got? Nothing. That's what. And then they'll be like, oh, I'm from Dubai, and it's like, okay, money. But anyway.
Like that. I like how you use it as a counter argument. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, no,
Jason,
it's nice though. Yeah.
What's
yeah.
up? What's up?
I mean, back to original question, bro. Your favorite memory? We actually haven't
Um,
talked to you about beach memories, huh? Because I think that's what the motivation of this topic was. We don't talk
yeah,
other than Port Dixon, which was a
yeah.
key trip in our eyes, right? Like, and
Bro,
Jason
we'll
wasn't
talk
even
Port
there.
Dixon a lot after this. I know
Yeah.
that for a fact. We have too many stories
uh,
about Port Dixon.
And I feel like that's not even because it's a beach; it's more so because it's just a good escapade. But we'll talk about the escapade factor of it too. What is your favorite memory, Jason, of a
I
beach
would
trip?
have to say, what would be the summer of 2018, the the summer you guys went to Port Dixon. I went to Cape Cod in Maine, which is in the northern, which is close to Boston, I believe, or at Maine. They had a beautiful beach there. So I've never seen water so blue. Besides, the last beach I went was in Penang, so that's a huge difference. But yeah, there's I really like that beach. It's peaceful. It's not too many people. That's an underrated place actually, alluding to last week's question of the week.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, that would be my favorite beach trip that I went as of recent, for sure.
right, right. I want to talk about the fact that you labeled that main beach as a peaceful place, right, Jason? Um,
Yeah,
this is let's expand on that. What makes a beach a place to get away, a place to relax, and gives you that peaceful aura? Like
I
as Abid
think.
said, sorry, go
Hmm.
ahead.
No, no, no. You finish the question.
Oh no, Abid said that beaches, when they gain popularity, like it's
Hmm.
natural for the environment around it to be degraded because of the pollution and the over usage of resources. But at the same time, that's what people go to beaches for that peaceful factor.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
what do you think makes that tick? Then?
Oh man, I think personally I don't go to beaches too much. Only if it's like a family trip, obviously. Um, I wouldn't see myself going to a beach that or by myself or whatnot for a escapade or anything. But I think the factor for me at least is the view as well as the sound of waves crashing onto the beach. So I think that to me, and that to me is the main factor for why I really like the beach. And just putting your putting your feet on the water and just seeing the water crashing onto your feet and leaving again. So I think I think that it's just that for me, and having I think why I also mentioned that some beaches can be a really peaceful place, particularly the one I've been to in Cape Cod. I actually got to sit down and put a what's it called, bench. There's like a couple benches. I sit down. You have a shade on. You have a nice refreshing drink and just de-stress and just not think about anything and just enjoy the view. And the fact that some most popular beaches, there's so many people there and just playing you know beach sports like volleyball and everything. I mean, that's a nice nice scene, but personally I just like it when the beach is pretty isolated. So yeah, that's when I really find my true peace and when what I really do when I'm at the beach.
For sure, man. Yo, like honestly, I'm a beach lover,
Mm.
but at the same time, I
Mm.
feel like I've been haha. I love me some beaches. Haha. But I feel like I've been spoiled because spoiled, not spoiled. Spoiled because of my visit to the Maldives at such a young age. I feel like, like if you think beaches like the beach, it would probably be like what, Bahamas, Maldives is the two like mainstream options, right? Like the ones everyone talks about or thinks about. Hawaii maybe, right?
Hawaii.
Hawaii
Right.
for sure, right? If
Mhm.
you're talking Asia, like Bali too, right? Like Indonesia, but
Mhm.
Bali. Um, and then yeah, well, yo, shout outs Philippines, bro, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cebu,
We'll
bro,
get to
Cebu, bro,
Boracay and Cebu in a
and
second because
Boracay and Cebu,
the
bro. But
government there. But yeah,
I just love beaches in general. I think it's very calming, the sea or the ocean just hitting that hitting the sand, and the waves just
Yeah.
crashing in. You can, as Jason said, you can just kick back, whether it's with friends, family. Me personally, I would go by myself if I feel like I needed a de-stressor. But more often than not, it would be a planned trip with friends or family. Um, well, going back to what I was saying, which was what Jason said, like you can go have a drink, chill under the shade, and just vibe as the waves crash and the breeze hits you. You can go with your buddies and have a good drinking night. Yo, shout out to Malibu night, lady gang, whiskey in my blood.
Oof.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's a nice place in general. I think the scenery and the ambience of a beach can never be replicated, really. I think that calming sereneness of just being in nature. I feel like the only other place I would ever feel like that is in the mountains. And I feel like a
I
mount.
thought the same too.
Yeah, but it. I
Maybe we'll
feel
have
like
another
yeah,
mountains episode.
exactly. But the mountains provide a very different, I feel, vibe, as I'd call it, or outlook to the whole scenario. Because one, you're kind of on top of the world, and the other, you're very firmly planted into land where before the depths of who knows what, right? Because we don't know what's in the water, bro. We don't know how far down the water goes. Um,
Right.
so yeah, I think the beach has just a lot to offer, and I think as always humans tend to ruin things. And as I said, and you reiterated on the population thing, I feel like if the more beaches get populated, the less likely I would want to go there, purely because I feel like the experience would be ruined far more than people who've been there before it was before the hype kicked in, But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's a, you think of mountains as a relaxing place, and then the sheep comes and meh.
Yo, easy, bro. Easy mountain sheep, dude. What you mean, dude? That's a nice meal you got
Mountains
there,
are
dude.
peaceful
that
too.
a
That's a
nice meal.
nice
But
meal, bro.
now that
Easy, easy wrestle that shit to the ground, bro. Call me McGregor, bro. You.
isn't Scotland known for the shepherd's pie, dude? I can see
Yes,
why.
sir.
Shepherds.
Shepherd's pie, you
But
already know.
yeah, I was
Oh my.
double thinking that. Yeah, Jason.
No, no. I'm just thinking.
The sheep, dude. No, when I started talking about the factors of sheep in mountains, I was like, you'd think it's an annoying sound, but it's also a calming presence. And Abid said, as one of the factors for making a beach a relaxing getaway, is that the waves hitting the seashore, that sound itself, it's loud, dude. It's not something that's like, that's like quiet. Like when you, for example, lay down on the, what do you call it? Those long chairs that they normally serve on the beach if you go to a nice beach, right? And people sleep in those kinds of chairs in the middle of that loud scenery, right? Like, what makes
Facts.
that so? Yeah, what makes
Facts.
that so calming though? Like, I think that's a honest curiosity I have over is that it's like you're literally putting a loudspeaker of waves around you, and yet you could still
I
fall
agree
asleep.
with you. I'm actually curious as to what if it's a cultural phenomenon or if there's a scientific decibel, like 'cause our
Right,
ears find
right.
it calming or something, you know what I mean? The waves crashing and whatever. Because even at home, people use the sound of waves crashing to go to sleep at night, right? Like they'll be like,
Yep,
oh,
yep.
insert Amazon Echo name. I don't want to trigger mine. Insert Amazon Echo name, play waves crashing or whatever, and then people will go to sleep. That's their form of ASMR or whatever, and it's what plays in the background as they're sleeping. So, echoing your sentiment, dude, 100%. I'm actually genuinely curious whether it was a cultural phenomenon that people just adopted over the years. Like it probably started like with one guy, like, "Yo, those waves sound pretty lit, bro. I'm gonna take a nap," and then maybe he spread it around. Or there has to be a sign. There probably is.
Probably is a scientific. I didn't learn.
I
I
didn't
would say
learn.
it's ASMR, like because we call it ASMR because it's some, I guess certain sounds, it triggers some part of your brain where it makes it relaxing. So I guess
Right.
that's why ASMR is such a big thing because people want to recreate that sound so that people want to be relaxed in a more natural way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, I would also bring up the contrary argument that ASMR freaks me out, like traditional ASMR, where it's like people talking softly or whatever. But the waves crashing onto the seashore, yo,
Yeah,
I
that
could
that
sleep to
that
that all
that's
day,
fine.
dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's interesting.
Certain
I feel like
ASMRs,
that's
I agree.
probably a
I agree.
cultural thing, but yeah, it has to be some sensory thing for sure. That
Yeah.
humans just find that decibel or that specific tone or hit to our ears very calming. But
Right.
but I agree for sure. Like there's some people who are crazy though. Like it'll be the loudest fucking day on the planet, and they're still sleeping at a beach, and I'm like, bro, how? Literally how? Like it makes no sense. But like respect.
Hmm.
Mad respected. Um, we're talking a lot about the sensory aspect of beaches, like the beauty of it, the sound of it, even the smell of it, like the smell of salty
I
waves
do
coming.
love me the smell of beaches.
That's true.
Beaches do be
But
smelling nice. Some Victoria's Secret. I mean,
Oh my god.
um, the salty
wrong
water,
beach of it, wrong beach.
salty water.
I know what beach you go to, bro.
Uh,
But there are beaches that are not as well known for these sensory aspects, but are more well known for their entertainment facilities. I think like the easiest example in my mind is Santa Monica, right? It's like, literally right there, and I
Facts.
can understand. I can understand that the pier is the primary tourist attraction, but at the same time, that pier wouldn't be as much of a focal point without the beach itself. The beach complements the Ferris wheel and the pier environmental setting that you normally see in a Santa Monica postcard, right? So it shouldn't. I don't think it's only a sensory aspect that makes beaches such a relaxing place. There has to be in that. people factor as well. The cultural aspect. I think Abid and Jason have alluded to this while we are talking about the sounds of waves in the beach. There surely is more to talk about, right? What do you guys think of entertainment factors beaches provide? An easy one is the rise of people picnicking on beaches and not swimming, literally just there to have a good time. Like it's as if it's a park in itself,
Hey man,
not
Miami goes hard during spring break, you know. So it's
yeah.
and they won't
I
even
mean
go
that's
into
a
the
classic.
water sometimes. Some people don't even go in the water. They're there to drink on the beach, which is like interesting. But you do you, fam.
You
Anyway,
mind enlightening us on that, Avid? Because not everyone here goes to Florida to drink, by the
I
way.
mean I don't either. But I mean like okay, it's like a social phenomenon. I feel like most people know about it. Um,
Hmm.
Whereas just you know, Miami is probably that beach where which everyone knows as being the littest, quote unquote, or the place
Right.
for parties. And I mean, spring break, Florida goes hard or wild, I'd rather say. Because every teenager or like freshman or sophomore in college pretty much cracks over there and goes crazy with their friends, drinks, does whatever they need to. I think beaches do provide a lot of entertainment, not just as like a picnic spot as you were saying or whatever. I feel like as time has gone on, as you mentioned, like Santa Monica has the Ferris wheel, all that stuff. There's different beaches that offer different things. I feel like a predominantly common thing in Asia is, the ATVs at beaches or jet ski rentals or whatever. You know what I mean? Those water activities. There are some land activities, but or beach activities rather. But I think beaches have somehow become an entertainment hotspot while simultaneously maintaining that or relaxation, beauty, nature aspect to it, which is an interesting dichotomy. If I don't want to go back to the Miami topic, but I feel like lately people have been going to the beach to just have a brew with the boys, or by boys I mean anyone, but you know what I mean, like their group of friends or family or whatever. Like it is a common meeting place purely because I feel like it is convenient. Most people will know it, and it's pretty open. So I mean, easy to die, but also like well known. So I don't know. Um, it's interesting for sure.
It is interesting. Jason, did you say the same about your main experience? Like, it wasn't. I feel like it's more. It's primarily the view that sets the
Mm-hmm.
main beaches apart. But like, were there any aspects of entertainment or social? You know.
I mean, some people, going to the beach also means, renting, doing like beach activities like, jet skiing or parasailing or like these kind
Parasailing,
of
that's the one,
activities.
dude. You literally just
Yeah,
said it.
parasailing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. XD. Anyway, but yeah, I think for me it's just mainly like what I would say, going there, having a brew, and just and just chilling. At least for me, I find that like as the entertainment, you're just talking with, going with a group that you may know or with your family and just having a good time, playing some nice music in the background, whether it be lo-fi or hype music or just whatnot. I think that's for me that is the only purpose I'd go there. And for me, I think I forgot that some beaches that I went, which I would say Virginia Beach, they have boardwalks and with nice restaurants and souvenir shit, typical tourist shit, and having a nice dinner and enjoying the sunset. I think that's also part of it, honestly.
Hmm.
The entertainment purpose. Then they have some beaches have carnivals, um, or like fun like fairs. Where they have like the typical carnival stuff, mini roller coasters, or what's that place in uh what was a great example? Venice Beach, is that the name? Yeah,
Yep, in
Venice
Venice
Beach.
Beach, Santa Monica
Yeah,
itself
yeah,
is a
exactly.
well known
Okay,
example. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
that I'll use that as a prime example for why it makes it why beaches are so entertaining.
that's true. That's true. We can't talk about entertainment in beaches without using our own personal experiences because the three of us have, well, at least, okay, Jason symbolically was part of the escapade to Port Dixon, which itself is a beach, but does
Mm,
not hold any of the entertainment features like what Jason has said, like a Ferris wheel or pier or walkboard or any beach activities such as parasailing. Port Dixon is literally just a plain beach, but it's the most well known beach getaway in West Malaysia. And at the same time, it's literally one of their only options, which is not that far from the capital, right? So, and yet we still went, just the five of us, and in a car. We still drove there, and we took pictures and we went back. Right, like it wasn't very eventful. The beach itself, like the trip to the beach, the actual beach wasn't eventful. But the experience was really rich. Abid, do you have any words on that? Like it's
Where
kind
we're
of
talking
a
about 2018, right?
we can talk about any of them, dude. Like because we've
You're
been there
right,
twice,
dude.
right?
Wait, we went there 2017 too.
I
Wait,
don't
am I trolling?
recall. Are
Jason,
we
did we?
trolling?
no,
No, we
Gene.
didn't. We didn't. Okay,
No, we
no,
didn't.
it's
I
fine.
have never
Oh,
been to the
then
beach with you boys before.
oh, sad, dude.
Pain. You
Yeah,
See,
can
like
leave this in, but it's
it was
fine.
already
Pain.
ingrained in my mind that no, it's
pain. Only pain.
It's all
only
good.
pain.
Uh, yeah. I mean, okay. Even Port Dixon itself, we can use that as an example, dude. Milo Water Beach is what it's known as in Malaysia, pretty much, dude. It's 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 like the most
Chocolate.
convenient beach. Yeah, chocolate water, bro. Chocolate, yeah, hot chocolate, but whatever you wanna call it, dude.
It's literally
It's
hot chocolate.
muddy water. It is dirty, muddy water, and um, we went there in 2018. There were a few of us, dude. How many of us were there? Like six, maybe
Right, right.
six, probably five, six, whatever the amount is. It doesn't matter. We had a good time, and I think the the beach was a destination but I mean the journey and the people we went with. I feel like much like life is what makes everything. It's all about the journey. It is not about the destination. But anyway, the beach was it was super nice. Although I don't know, man, that trip was interesting. I think the beach as a destination just seemed attractive because it was a little out of the way, but at the same time it was like, oh, we're all down for it, and it's
Right.
convenient. And we had ideas for what we would want to do there, which is what we kind of did. We just went there, chilled for a while, dipped our feet in the water, thought about life a bit, looked at the clouds, look at the water, and see the horizon, and just come back. I think the beach as a setting is perfect for memories and stories. I feel, which is why it's
Hmm.
so nice, or like, which is why it's so pivotal, I guess. Because
Right.
that trip wouldn't have been as memorable. I feel. I mean, we probably would have remembered it anyway because we did a lot of dumb stuff. But I feel like the setting of that beach as the starting point really put that trip apart from everything. As it's like etched into my mind as Port Dixon trip 2018.
Hmm.
Um,
And
yeah.
yeah, no,
I
I'd
mean,
like you to
yeah,
continue.
yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, Malaysian beaches are weird because I feel like every one I've been to, the water has been dirty, but but I like the atmosphere of Malaysian beaches purely because there's always some uncle selling some nice ass satay or some shit, dude. Like there's always something being
Right,
some
right.
food, right? And street food in Malaysia is obviously huge, as we all know, all three of us know. So I feel like the different cultural aspect to each beach in each area is what attracts people to keep going to it, and more so me than anyone else. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say.
I think you alluded well to the fact that the horizon is staring right in front of your face, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It is a proper sense of mindlessness, right? Because it's literally endless. The view in a nice beach. I mean, I wouldn't say Port Dixon is the most indicative place to talk about in terms of that, but yeah, that sense of mindlessness allows you to think about stuff that you would normally wouldn't think of, and I think that's what substantiates into the memories that we form, right? Because we think about those memories within that memory itself. It's really confusing when they try to speak it out explicitly, but it's more understandable when you go to an empty beach and when you do experience that. And I feel like a lot of people do. I personally do. I think going alone in a beach is a recreational activity, something some people should typically do,
Dude,
right?
honestly, going by yourself or just a couple of your friends, like your closest friends or whatever, like what we literally did, I feel like that trip was even more perfect. Purely because we were the only ones on the beach that day at that time in the morning. Literally, there was no other people. I feel like there were 2 people, maybe, or 3 people, and a family came as we were leaving. So
You're right.
I feel like that's what made that trip to Port Dixon even better. Was that it was just us, the water, the sand, and the horizon, and
Right.
it just for me personally it did wonders because I was just like, damn, I am lucky. I feel like that's what the beach always reminds me. It's like, damn, I am lucky. I guess that's what I always think about. Yeah.
Very enlightening kind of mood whenever you go, right? And that segues perfectly to the contrast in other popular beaches, right? We enjoyed that trip particularly because there was little to none people with us. Whereas the popular beaches that we normally think of, which we've gave examples in the beginning of the podcast, they're the ones that have a lot of people, and therefore that usually correlates with pollution, correlates with overabundance, overusage of resources, and that's, as Abid and Jason have mentioned, they reduce the appeal of those beaches. What is your stance on that? Like, is there a fine balance in terms of maintaining not only the cleanliness but the popularity, in a sense, of a beach tourist attraction?
I think it should go hand in hand. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know
I
if you were
agree.
asking, Jason, but anyway, I'm gonna take
No, no,
over.
no. It's open. Yeah, for
No,
sure.
it's
I'm take
open. It's
over
open.
anyway, Alpha, bro. Anyway, uh, I think it should go hand in hand, although more often than not it doesn't. You know, um, I think cleanliness is essential to maintaining the beauty of the beach because if there's rubbish everywhere, like who the hell would want to go there? It'll look the same as a garbage dump, just with sand and water on the other side.
Exactly.
Um, is there a true solution? I mean, I don't know, policing people, I guess. Not putting police, but having some sort of um security personnel, quote unquote, or like someone enforcing rules on the beach, maybe. I know some places they have big fines or whatever, and they have cameras set up everywhere or whatever. Cannot give you an example right now, but I've heard of the stories. Um, but I think if you want to maintain that tourist attraction, you would want to keep it clean purely because if it starts getting dirty, tourists are the biggest gossipers on the planet, dude. And like word spreads like wildfire when a tourist attraction is doing bad or whatever.
That's true.
Right? So I
Right.
mean, like, okay, let's take
Yeah,
Legoland Malaysia as an example, dude. It was hailed to be
yikes.
hype, and then a few people went, and they probably told their friends, oh, it's not that great. Me included, I was one of the first people to go, and I feel like any of my friends who ask me, yo, how is it? I'm like, yeah, you should go to experience it once, but you probably never go again. And literally, whoever went after me pretty much said the same thing. So I feel like that trend just applies to any tourist attraction, whether it's an amusement park, whether it's a beach, whether it's a restaurant, whatever, right? Or okay, restaurants, whatever. But you know what I mean. So it's
Right.
interesting. And I feel like a lot of tourist attractions suffer a lot purely because of pollution. I feel like beaches in Thailand,
Yeah,
in Malaysia. Malaysia is the biggest example. Like that, our hometown. Like literally, like every
crazy.
time you go to a beach, Milo water, bro. It's like if you go to a beach without Milo water, it's hype in Malaysia. It's like, oh
Facts.
shit, that's a good spot. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, uh, basically agreeing with what Abid say because if you wanna, if you want more people to come to beach, you definitely have to keep it clean. And I think pollution is also one thing, but I think there's some companies are providing a solution to that. Adidas is one of those companies. With their recent collaboration with Parley, they've been turning pollution waste at the beach, and integrating those wastes into products of their own, making, integrating into jerseys or shoes or whatnot. Even the Man United jersey I own actually has some Parley, has some like what is it called, like Parley products on it. They called it Parley products, but yeah, it's they're doing something at least. But yeah, I think besides the pollution, I'd say um, introducing more things to do at the beach, like events and stuff. Most beaches are starting to have like beach concerts, like Miami. Miami's doing a lot of events on the beach. Like concerts, raves, or whatnot. And
Right, right.
yeah, I think that could also be another thing that you know beaches can do to attract more tourists.
You're right in that fact, Jason. Like beach maintenance and sustainability go hand in hand
Yeah,
in that
yeah, for
sense, right?
sure.
Uh, and I think that leads us to the environmental factor. Um, I do not. Well, Maldives is such a explicit example of an environment that will not be the same in 10 years. But I feel like that's a recurring theme in other beaches as well. We can't expect the same view, the same experience in 10 years from now, and I think that's a sad thing. What can we do? In a personal level, we can talk about the macro environmental actions that people need to take, but then on a micro level, is there anything? Well, you could suggest the fact
Uh,
that visit the beaches now, right? Like visit it now
yeah,
and
visit
experience
now,
it
go
now.
experience it now. I mean,
But
if
probably
you're,
not now,
if
but
you
like
wanna,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's all I can think of.
I mean, other than that, on the micro level, I guess if you want to go volunteer or something, go help clean up the beaches, or whatever.
Hmm.
Talk to your local environmental agency, whether that's governmental or non-governmental. See what you can do to help. It's always valuable. You never know how much you can do until you do it. So
Yeah, or like
right.
organizing events on social media. If some people really do care about the environment, one environmentalist attracts another, and they
Mhm.
could do something with these events. Help change the world or
I
help
mean,
save, like reduce
yeah,
and stuff.
it's pretty crazy. I mean, if talking about social media, like the hub, the pornographic hub, they had this whole campaign.
Right.
Pornhub had this whole campaign where they basically for every view, I feel like they donated some money or something, and the video that they advertise or whatever was a video of this. It was actually a funny ass video. If you guys haven't seen it, if you're above 18, go watch it because it's hilarious. It's actually a porn video while people are cleaning up shit on the beach. There's like a bunch of cleaners and volunteers just cleaning up, and then there's this one couple going at it, and
Um,
it's pretty
That's crazy.
like
I guess that's one way to
it's
raise awareness
interesting,
for
but for
for
sure it raised
for.
awareness because it worked. It worked. It garnered attention. For every
Mhm.
view, I feel like they donated some stuff. They donated money, not some stuff. Not they
That's
donated
great.
money
Yeah.
and like they actually got some beaches cleaned up and stuff, which was really interesting. I mean, You never know, really. You never know. And we live in a world where right now I feel like you can get people together very easily. You don't have to know people per se, like know them personally. You could put out a tweet, put out Facebook events or whatever. Like Jason was saying, use social media. Say, yo, I want to do this. I'm helping this group do this. Or vouch for a group. Say that, oh, they're doing this. You should help. You should care. And
Exactly. Yeah.
just push
Hmm.
that agenda forward. Because as unfortunate as it is, what you said is very true. In 10 years, beaches won't be the way they are. So, I mean,
Right.
go experience it now. See how beautiful it is. Maybe that will spark that fire in you to create some sort of change, right? You never know. But for sure,
Hmm.
if you haven't experienced it, please go experience it. Find a beach near you and go there. You'll see its beauty, and you probably won't want it to get destroyed. I feel like that's a human thing where if we see beauty more often than not, we don't want it ruined,
Especially if it's staring right in front of our faces, right? Yeah,
especially if
that's a
it's
good
right in
point.
front of your face. So do your part. Do your part if you can, and if you can't, I mean, just mum's the word. Just spread it around. Just let people know what
Hmm.
even whether it's awareness about the environmental issues or just of the location. Because one way or
Right.
another, we will end up on that agenda of, oh shit, our beaches are getting destroyed. Oh shit, our earth is dying. And then, as I chuckle and say that, it's sad, hard reality, right? But yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, on a.
Another
Mhm. Sorry, go ahead.
another alarming, yeah, another alarming phenomenon that I've been reading about is that you could read articles about contour maps that show what the seashore would be like with a rise of, for example, 0.5 meters in sea level, 1 meter in sea level. You could see the drastic difference. Imagine like the CN Tower being close to the seashore. That's kind of crazy. Like, or like what? Downtown, the core downtowns of a lot of cities is becoming right beside the seaside. Like that shifts the dynamic of beaches in general. And I think what in a century from now we'd be talking about a different environment itself. It wouldn't be peaceful in that situation, right? It's kind of crazy to think about. You got to be a bit out of bounds just to imagine that kind of beach environment, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, who knows where the world will be, man? I can't tell if where the world will be in a year. I mean, we didn't know we'd be here in this situation with the pandemic right now, so. But
That's true.
it is a predictable factor that what you said in a century from now, beaches might not even be a thing, dude.
The beaches that we know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the
No.
beaches we hold so close and dear to our hearts, and however generations from now, those beaches might not even fucking be in their on their map, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And that just sucks. But it is what it is at the same time. But at the same time, we really need to work on fixing it. So I mean,
That's true.
yeah.
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 I mean, you know, it's as much as what I would say. It's pretty sad in the sense that um beaches might not even exist. It's depicted in. I know this is a bad comparison. But take like future games that are coming out and uh like Cyberpunk, those games or like Alita, the movies, those are like set in the near future and you don't see you see everything is pretty much electronic and there's nothing much about the nature, the beauty of nature anymore. Um so yeah, at least I hope the beaches are still here at least for the next 10 years. Or at least the next 20 to 30 years. That's the goal, because I would love to go to the beach again, at least with the boys or with the fam again. Um, but yeah.
Right. Right. Um, let's end our topic on beaches by describing the beach environment in 3 words. So, what 3 words would you use to describe a beach? For me, I would say it's calming, entertaining, and beautiful. Very simple, but I mean, it hits all 3 points that I feel like are important. So what are your guys' descriptors? Tricky
Ooh,
words.
of it.
This is
You want me to
interesting,
start?
bro. This is. I'm trying to think of unique words.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's definitely tough for sure.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we have to go grandeur in the words that we use, right? Like, I went pretty simple.
okay, I mean, okay, I'll echo calming for sure. Um, serenity is
Right,
one
right.
for me, and nature.
Mm.
Honestly,
No, same.
nature.
Damn.
Some nature, like it is what
Yeah,
nature is. It's naturally created.
I'd
Right.
say peace in as because I'm basing it off that one beach I went recently, and it really defined peace for me.
Mhm.
Um, I'd say nature too, because it's the beauty of nature, whether it be the mountains or the beach, as we talked about earlier. And I'd say, hmm, I'd say it could. I'd put hectic.
Hectic. Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
juxtaposition, bro.
That is a good word
Hectic
though. For
because
Cool.
I agree,
And
yeah, it could be hectic at times, with a lot of people, then with the events going on.
bro. Sports day.
Uh,
Sports
oh
day.
shit.
Oh, yeah. We did a
Perfect
sports day in the
example.
middle of a beach, and we even had a raft session. I think that was one of our bonding
Oh
moments,
my
right?
god, yeah. Oh, don't
Dude,
bring up the raft,
I
bro.
competed.
That
I
was a
competed against you, Jude. I
Yeah,
don't know if you
me
remember.
and you, dude. Yo, we
yeah,
were
me
marigold,
and
you were
Abid were
clover.
in the same
They put you on the
Yeah,
raft. We were so mad because we were like, yo, Jason's light as shit. No wonder it's floating.
uh,
Everyone on our team was like not heavy, but like not as light as you or whoever else was on the other
yeah,
rafts. They
yeah.
everyone else was skinny as shit. We had like medium to big size guys, and I was just like, fuck, and it barely floated, dude. Oh man, that was funny though. It was a good time though. Yo. Shout outs to that raft building thing because we were the only ones in the water, bro. That day, no cap. No one
right.
else touched the
I was in the
water.
water.
Yeah, no,
I touched the
I
water.
mean, whoever was in the raft building across the
Yeah,
houses,
yeah, that's true. That is
we were
true.
the
That
only
is true.
ones at the beach in the water, dude. Everyone else was on the beach, like on the sand.
Uh,
And
Trolling
yo,
floor.
it felt hella nice too. The water, bro. It was hot as
It really
shit.
did.
Oh man, it was refreshing.
Anyway, like point of talking about beaches is that we wanted to get away and de-stress from the multitude of things that are happening right now. So with that, the question of the week bears into mind that team itself. It's a very interesting one. It's a how would you say it? You only have two options. The
Ooh,
question of the week is: would you
Ooh,
prefer a first class flight for a day or an escapade
ooh.
cruise for a week?
Oh my.
cruise.
Cruise
So like on a boat on a ship.
on the ship,
On a yacht.
and
I'm
on
getting
a
a
cruise.
first class. I'm getting first class flight for a day, dog. And I think that's very in character with me. So
That is very in character. Which would you
because
like to expand, Abid?
I love
Yeah.
airplanes. I love everything air travel related. So if you're saying a for any first class flight for a day, fam, you already know Qatar Airways Q Suite say less, bro.
Sheesh.
Why cruise though,
Or
Abid?
Emirates.
That's what makes this question interesting, right? Because it's
I mean it's interesting, but also I don't think I'd survive on a cruise realistically,
right.
because I hate enclosed spaces, and I don't like being trapped out on sea. I guess that concept to me is not a very calming one. I want to try it once in my life for sure, but it's not one like air travel to me is higher on the list, obviously, as you guys know very well, and I've probably talked about on the podcast a bit. But yeah,
Actually,
I would pick the first class flight for a day because for sure, for a day, longest flight, bro. Say less. I'm going to
Yeah,
Singapore Airlines first class, Qatar, fucking Emirates, or Etihad, bro. Say less, dude. All that first class suite, dude. Say less.
jeez.
You don't even have
Yeah,
to talk about it. Lobster in the air, baby.
yeah, pro- yeah. If, I would definitely pick the first class, no doubt. As much of
Interesting.
growing up, before that, we talked about planes and what we'd like to do, or
Mm-hmm.
our passion about planes in one of our earlier episodes in the cast. So check that out if you want to know more about Abid's passion about flying. Thanks, Steve. But
Good to
anyway,
see.
yeah, but I would pick first class because growing up again, my dad always took me to fly around, and I would love to be on a first class, a long flight, from one side of the world to another in a first class, and like what I would say, having like luxurious food, or at least I want to try the Etihad Airways. They have
Bro.
something called the residence or something.
Yes,
That shit
sir,
is nice,
ski. You already know,
dude.
dude. The residence
The
is
residence
lit. You
is
literally have
crazy.
an apartment in the air, dude.
Yeah,
And you already know, dude. Oh, man.
I watched so many of those
Dude, I can
videos.
already tell you my route to fucking, if it's Qatar,
Exactly,
it's
bro.
Doha, New York, New York, LA, LA, fucking back to fucking the other side of the world.
Oh, dude.
Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
but I think yeah, it's just that's just to me luxury at its finest. Taking a nice hot shower or a refreshing cold shower.
In a
Just
goddamn
being able to
airplane, bro. In a goddamn
fly
air, 30,000
in an
feet in
airplane.
the sky. You're in a
Oh,
mechanical bird, taking a goddamn shower while the fucking air hostess is bringing you your lobster and caviar. Are you kidding me, dude?
Dude, breakfast in bed, then you're just all cozied up, feeling nice. Just like you're at home, but at the same time, you're like, what the fuck? I'm 30,000 feet in the air, traveling to another destination. So what more can I ask? Yeah, that would be my answer
that's
for
true.
sure.
I echo both of your sentiments. I think we should have an airplane affinity compared to a ship affinity. I feel like
I
it.
get seasick as
It would
fuck
have been
too.
a more
Just to say.
divisive question for a different group of people, but for us, it's yeah, it should have been as obvious as it was, right? Considering
Mhm.
we did talk about airplanes extensively for one of the episodes, right? Yeah, that is. There's just something about airplanes, man. There's something being in the sky,
Mhm.
You already
right?
know.
I mean, speaking of feeling like your head's in the clouds,
Yeah,
um,
And I'm
let's
not
segue
coming
into
down. I
segue
used
into our
to.
songs of
Now
the week
I'm
that
just.
might bring us to the clouds. Haha. Anyway, um, who would like to start off first? The songs of the week, Abid.
ooh, I'll let
Say
go first.
less, dude. Yo, last week, amazing week or day. Actually, Friday was a crazy day of music, dude. Friday was
Right.
amazing.
We were there. Speaking of
Yeah,
which, yeah, we
we
three
were
were
all
like,
together at 12 a.m. when well the Blackpink song came
Mhm.
out. But anyway, we talked all the new music that came out last week. Yeah, literally as it came out. So for me, no surprise. Sad by Lainey. Lainey is an artist I've fallen in
Woo.
love with over the past half a decade. I feel like I've been listening to them, and
Mhm.
I mean I've been religiously following them for 3, 4 years now. 3 years, I'd say. Um, Jason and I really loved their previous album, Album Nights, and
Mhm.
honestly, we weren't as hyped going into this album because the singles they released really weren't our vibe. But the
Mhm.
album came out, we were amazed. Like I cried, Jason cried. Like we were blown away with how good it was. Sad is just that
Mhm.
song. I mean, yo, like it does talk about something very well sad, but in a more lighthearted tone in the sense that it's very vibey, rhythmy, like slight EDM-ish even. Um, and it's mellow. it sets the mood, and it's always good. If you haven't listened to Mama's Boy, go listen to Mama's Boy right now. Laney. Anyway,
Sir.
my second song is "Years Go By" Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller finally came back to life after literally half a decade. His new album's really good. The song, I don't know, it's just a jam for me. It's really upbeat. It's hype, and yeah, just go listen to all this good music that's coming out that I feel like the world needs. So yeah, that's me.
Jude, you want to go next?
Ooh, interesting take. Yes, I would love to go
Yeah.
next. We're normally in the last in the
Yeah,
podcast
I'll let you
before
go.
we end it. But yeah, I'll take my takes. The first one would be Blackpink, as you know, has made a
Yeah.
comeback. But I feel that one song in particular relates to me a lot, and that is "You Never Know." Uh,
Ooh.
it's
Almost thought you were gonna say "Lovesick Girls," and I'm like, wait a minute, Judah in "Lovesick Girl" though.
yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I have any lovesick girls. That's a good thing.
Thanks.
I like to keep it that way. But yeah, you never know. Has an interesting vibe. I don't think the lyrics have as much affinity to me as much as the beat itself, like the song, and that's really symbolic of the way my interest in K-pop has been. It's more about how the song flows, and that's what You Never Know does. It's my tune. The second one, Abid related. Abid had a recommendation that related to people coming back, right, with the Bryson Tiller. My second pick is by Neo and Jeremiah, which is like, yo, those two are the classic
Ooh.
artists, bro.
Classic
They were
R&B
all like
souls.
when I was a kid, I used to jam to that, bro. Like that was the side. You're so sick of us. but
So
um,
sick. So...
but yeah, You to
Yeah.
Love. It's called You to Love by Neo. Amazing
Ooh.
song. Back, a massive throwback in style too. I hope it gets big. Right, Jason.
Yeah, for me, my first song, um, basically got to go back to Lainey's new album, Mama's Boy. Something, an album that I never expected to be. I felt so guilty approaching that album with no expectations, thinking it would be just a mellow and average, but it blew my fucking mind. As well as Hobbits. But yeah, I would recommend I Stood Talk to Jesus by Lainey.
Ooh, that's a good song. It's a good song.
Oh man. I mean, besides that, um, this song really hits like different because I almost relate to almost every single lyric to this song. You know, and the fact that the outro of the song, he tried to, mimic somebody walking past a hallway, hearing him playing the song, like in the music room, it slowly fades away, just puts a tear to my eyes. But yeah, Laney is also a band that I found out through my sister, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to meet them and talk to them when they're promoting Malibu nights. But yeah, they're underrated band, and please go check out Mama's Boy. Stream that shit, get it to a
Hmm.
top 10. That will be their first ever top 10. So get that shit.
Actually,
Secondly,
surprised that they haven't reached that. But go on.
yeah, I mean, second one, my second song would be also, I'm feeling a little throwback, like Jude. Throwback songs hit a little different lately, and I would say "Free Fallin'" by John Mayer.
Damn.
Um,
Ooh.
free, yeah. I've been listening to that song religiously for the past year. Not realizing that it's not his own song, but it's a song by Tom Petty originally, and it's such a calming song, and really hits different uh, when you're listening to it by yourself. Yeah, but those are my two songs of the week.
Hmm. Well, with that, I it's a wrap. Unless unless nothing happens. Well, something is not gonna happen. So it's a wrap, y'all.
It's
Uh,
a wrap, gang, gang.
uh, thank you to the two of you
Yes,
for
sir. You already
being
know. Always love talking about them beaches.
the beaches, bro.
I
The
Uh,
love
title says it
me
all.
some beaches.
What's up? beaches.
I love beaches.
I thank you once
Yes,
again
sir.
for tuning into the
Yes, sir.
13th ATS cast.
13th.
Bye, everyone.
See
Bye.
ya, stream the mama's boy.
Yes.